was a sweet ride. All right, let's get all this off, shall we? It is warm today. Oh. Right, I've been out on the heroic Harley, getting a bit of motorcycle therapy, I suppose. I thought I'd give you a little update of what I've been up to, really. Been doing a few things on the bike, a few mods. What I've been doing, I haven't made videos about them, but I've just been tinkering basically. I've got a few plans, a few little modifications that I might want to do, but I'm holding off on them right now. One of them is for the transmission cover, to put a vent in there. You've seen all the videos of that. The problem is that I just need to make sure that it's worth me doing it and I won't have a problem, because I've still got the old oil pump on this, and that apparently creates a lot of pressure and it might have a lot of oil spewing out. So if you've got the original oil pump, you may want to hold off on doing anything like that, even putting like a Trask cover on there as well. I think they even say on the Trask website not to put it on if you have the older oil pump on it. Anyway, so I'm thinking about doing that. Just had to tweak my steering as well. It was slightly off, you know, to the eye it was about 2 or 3 mil off, so I could see there was a difference between the top yoke and the bottom yoke. And anyway, I just needed to square that away, and that's one of the reasons I came out on the bike, really. But anyway, that's all sorted. Jobs are good. And the ACRs, they're all sorted as well. The oil lines are not leaking at all now, so those are O-rings which I put in, all look great. In fact, the bike is running, well, really nice, which is always a result. But I've been doing other things recently. I've been working on the house. It's amazing when you start digging up the ground, let's say, how tired you get. I've got a newfound respect for landscape gardeners, I gotta say. Anyway, so I put a load of stone down, a ton of stone, which I got in bags, individual bags, right? Because it'd be a lot easier to maneuver around as opposed to getting a big bulk bag. You have to shovel around. Anyway, so I did that, and I run out of stone, so now I have to go and order another ton of stone just to finish the job. And then no sooner had I laid it as well, the neighborhood cats or dogs or whatever decided to go take a big steaming dump right on top of my my new pride and joy. So I've now invested in these kind of cat scarers or dog repellent kind of sirens, sonic things. Anyway, so let's see if they work, shall we? But anyway, yeah, so I've been a busy bee, doing stuff around the house. Mrs. RevelatorAlf is very happy with me. Brownie points all around. Yeah, so the other thing that I've done on the bike, or I've put on the bike, well, have I put on the bike? I've just placed strategically on the bike, let's put it this way, is a tracker. Now, it's not one of these purpose motorcycle trackers that you can get. Purely and simply, I've just gone for an Apple AirTag, just stuck it on there, and I think I'm going to get a whole load more for my other vehicles as well, so I can keep tabs on them. Are they as good as a proper motorcycle tracker with real time? Well, I don't know. It's as good as you can, but I think it's just to keep an eye on it, if in case something ever did happen. But really, it always comes down to your own motorcycle security, locking it up, where you're leaving it, and all that kind of stuff. Interesting. I was looking at some stats here. Actually, it was after I watched a professional monkey video just this morning, I think it was. He was talking about security on his bike and how many bikes are stolen in the United States. I think he said it was something like 60 or 70,000. Well, I read a report here in the UK, which is a much smaller country as well. Last year, well, from 2021 to 2022, there was over 70,000, 74,000. Normally, it's 40,000 bike thefts, but it jumped up to 70,000, which is crazy. Most of it, I think, are smaller bikes, but there we go. So there's always those gits, you know, lurking about, aren't there? I mean, yeah, they might ride bikes, but yeah, they're no friend of mine, let's put it that way. Funny that, isn't it? You know, you think sometimes that somebody rides a bike, oh, you give them a pass, you give them a chance, right? But just because they ride a bike doesn't make them a decent person, does it? Anyway, so I thought, you know what, I'll put a tracker on, or something that I can track the bike. And I say I just went for the cheapest option, a little AirTag. I've got an iPhone, so why not just have an app on AirTag? If you have an Android phone, just get an Android AirTag type thing. There's loads on the back, all Amazonia, you know the score, the score. Okay, so the other thing that I've been doing, I've been making changes to the website and putting out a lot more blog posts and news stories, motorcycle industry news stories, primarily I suppose about Harley Davidson, Triumph, Indian and BMW. Those are the 4 manufacturers that I said that I'm most interested in right at the start of the year, but I am putting out other news stories. It's not every news story out there, certainly not. It's just really the ones that I'm interested in, and I will be featuring some of those in live shows as well whenever I get a chance to do those. I did make an announcement, I suppose, a couple of weeks ago now maybe, that I was going to delete all my social media, and I've done that basically. So no more Facebook, no more Facebook page, no more profile, no Twitter, no Reddit, no LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. It's all gone. Every single bit of it is gone. The only thing I've got is a website and obviously YouTube here, so I suppose that is social media, but you know the score. And do you know what, I feel better for it. I actually feel a lot better for it, and you know, I've got a lot more time on my hands just to think about things. And I tell you what also I've noticed, or what I wanted to do, was kind of slow down a little bit, or slow down in my thinking on what I wanted to do. I've got a very busy, hectic work life, and I found that on my days off, and even going to and from work, I was always thinking about the channel, about the socials, about all this sort of stuff. I thought, you know, I need to slow down, I need to rest a little bit, and you know, I just feel so much better for it. Although I wasn't personally engaging on the social media that much, it's been just a huge kind of relief that I just don't even have to think about it. So there we go. I'm not suggesting you do the same, of course, but I'm saying for me, it might have a negative effect on, let's say, my viewing figures and all that sort of stuff, or the visitors to the website. But the reality is most of my content isn't being viewed or read from social media. Actually, it's coming from the website itself, or direct to YouTube, or just online searches like a Google search. Now the other thing I wanted to raise as well is about the YouTube videos. Yeah, so I'm kind of again sort of rethinking that whole thing and the frequency of them as well. I wanted to make this video purely because, well, I've come out on the bike and I thought, well, I'll just quickly do it and just give you a quick update of what's going on. But I'm going to be quite selective about the videos that I'm making right now, and I've kind of changed that already. So it may not be that you'll get a video for another couple of weeks or so. And again, it's been really nice just taking a breather away from it and not being so concerned about, you know, putting out videos, putting out content just for the sake of putting it out there. It's been a lot healthier, let's put it that way, a lot healthier for me, and maybe for you as well. You've maybe you know, enjoyed the break as well. So there will be more videos coming, no doubt, but you know, not only when I'm really interested in doing something, or I think something could be helpful or interesting. I think that's it, you know, in places that I go to. So that's it then, really. It's back on the heroic Harley. Get this back home, and a little bit of tinkering to do, a couple of little minor things I need to check over, but apart from that, yeah, everything's running really sweetly on the bike, which is all really good. But you know how these things go, something can always change. But as I say, you know, I'll leave you with that transmission cover, that vent for the cover, whether you're going to put a Trask on it or some other manufacturer. I think A1 Cycles do one as well, or anything. Just be sure that you've got the newer oil pump, or one that you've put in, and you're not running the old oil pump, because I think there is a problem with that. If you're running a vented dipstick as well, I had problems with my vented dipstick, that it was always pumping out a lot of oil. I had to put like a foam barrier in there, almost blocking off any air coming out of it anyway. So in the end I thought, well, what's the point in having it? But at the same time, I think it does make the engine run a little bit freer, strangely enough. Yeah, so if you know if that oil pump, the old oil pump, is causing like a pressure build-up or something that might force oil out, just let us know in the comments below. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll catch you again on another video coming, well, soon-ish, not sure exactly when, but more stuff about bikes and places to go and people to see. I will just leave you on like a complete dickhead. I don't often swear, but sometimes you just gotta, you know what I mean. I was going to go to a really big bike night here locally, and I completely got the wrong day, would you believe? So it was supposed to be on a Monday night. I thought it was going to be on a Tuesday night. I was all set to go. I thought, let me just check what time it kicks off. I went online to check it, and it was the night before, so there we go. Yeah, failure once again. But I was actually going to make a video about that and show it all to you, because I always get comments from people saying, you know, can't you just show us a bit more of where you ride and the places you go to in the UK? And I kind of said, well, yeah, if I really, you know, feel like sharing that. I don't always share that, but I thought this would be a good one to share. But obviously I'm not, because I didn't go to it. Anyway, catch you again. Ta-da!